Hi, good evening Cochin. It's such a pleasure to have you all together for my online art session for the LuLu's Readers Fest 2020. I would love to thank LuLu Mall for giving me this opportunity. Sitting here in my home in Delhi, I'm connecting with you guys right there. Isn't that so wonderful? Today we're going to be doing a session on cool summer art, which is basically inspired from pop art. So, as you can see, this image here, it has a sun which is reflective of summer, the sunglasses and the smile, a big one like you should be having. I have one too because you're watching me. Thank you. And it has some polka dots in the background. So this is basically what pop art is. Pop art is creating various backgrounds using some elements like lines or dots and then coloring it in a way. So let's get started. What do you think should be a summer element? A raincoat? Nah, you're smarter than that. Wait, let me think. Coconut water. You got that right. So let's start with coconut water, which is a favorite of mine, as well as it's native to the land in Cochin. And this artwork is fairly simple. All you need is, as you can see, sheets of A4 paper. Okay, to begin with one, I have two because I'm going to be showing you two samples. You just need pencil, eraser, whatever coloring material you have at home is fine. If you have color pencils, that works. If you have crayons, that works. If you have oil pastels, that works. If you have brush pens, that works. So everything is fine. So I might be using, or if you have paints, which is even better or great. So please don't feel while seeing the video that I'm using some material which you don't have, so you can't do the artwork. So basically in art, there's nothing which is impossible. If you create it in your mind, you can easily put it on paper. And as we all know, children are the best artists. And while drawing your picture, supposing your line becomes suddenly crooked, you get a little conscious, it's okay. If it's crooked, let it be crooked. If you're not comfortable, erase it or flip the paper to the other side. Let's get started with our cool summer art. And the first thing we're going to try out today is cool coconut water. Okay, so basically the paper has been kept vertical. I'm keeping it fixed here so that it's visible to you. The main focal picture can be any summer element. So coconut water, say sunglasses, say a beach ball, or a swimsuit, or an ice lolly, or a watermelon. Anything that you want has to be the main thing in your picture, in your drawing, and that has to cover a large portion of the paper. You can begin by drawing with a pencil. The reason why I'm drawing with a marker is so that it's more clear to you and visible. So let's get started. I'm beginning by drawing the coconut. It's going to occupy a fairly large space on my paper because that's the main element. As you can see now, I've made the straw and I've made the opening from where we can drink the coconut water. Yeah, so this line basically indicates the coconut water is below that. This is part of the coconut. And in art, when you're drawing it, it doesn't have to be exact. You can add your own element to it as well. So, as you can see now, I've got the upper portion of my coconut done. You don't have to do a coconut, again I'm saying it. You can do anything you want, okay? But it has to just be related to summer. Then I come down, I finish the drawing of my coconut. If you want, you can add a sun here. If you want, you can add some clouds. If you want to make this straw really fancy, you can even add a little umbrella on top. But what I'm going to add is a favorite of mine, which is a palm tree. And ever since I was a child, I've just loved palm trees. So I'm going to add a palm tree right here. this is basically we're creating a design. So it's just some elements which are put together to make a design. I'm sure that you guys are doing a great job. Keep going, and I hope you're going to enjoy this activity, and at the end of it you're going to have something wonderful and colorful. So I'm working on my palm tree now, which is a total favorite from my childhood. I just love palm trees. There you go. I'm kind of finishing my palm tree. So, as you see, the first step of the work is done. We had to choose an element which is related to summer, like we spoke about, sunglasses, swimsuit, ice lolly, ice cream, anything. We had to put that as a large part of the picture. Now for the background, which is a very important part in pop art. I'm going to show you two types of backgrounds, one in this picture and one when I come to this picture. So a very vivid and a very colorful way of doing pop art backgrounds is just putting out like rays of the sun. Like the sun has diverging rays, so we can just start from anywhere. Okay, supposing I start from this corner, I get this line right up to here. I don't make it cross the coconut because I don't want the line to come over it. When I'm going to color the background, my space is going to be limited till here. So how do I work on the other one? I start from the edge and I come here. So if you can see that this is kind of like the rays of the sun, which is a very popular pop art background. So then this one comes here. It doesn't matter if you're doing it freehand and some come close and some come far. It really doesn't matter. It should all be about enjoying the moment and learning something new, and liking what you're doing is most important. So I hope that you have all these factors going and that you're going to like what you do, and it's going to be colorful and it's going to brighten up your evening as well as your week ahead. So from here, I've done this. This part is quite busy, so I'm leaving a little gap. I'm starting here, I end it at the tree, there's space in between, and then I take it right to the edge. Then I come here, here. So basically, it's like the rays of the sun. So, I would like to show you the first image which I came to, which was the image of the sun with the pop art background. There are steps in doing it. So first we had to do the element of the sun, which we drew in this picture, which was the element of the coconut as well as the palm tree. And finally to add the background in here, which was the spirals of the sun rays, and here which is this polka dots. So we're going to get started on painting this one, and we're going to come to the second one in the meantime. Please do remember that whatever material you have at home is sufficient for this. Whether you have color pencils, whether you have felt pens, whether you have crayons or sketch pens or paints, anything will do. Okay? You've just got to be happy with what you have at the moment and color it, and your artwork is going to come out especially fabulous. Now, in art, when we do something, the color doesn't naturally have to be the same color it is. For example, a coconut is green, we all know. But I want to use yellow. My mood is that of using yellow right now. I know that a coconut is green, but this is my painting. I can make it yellow. So for example, if you like purple, or if you like blue, or you like brown, please go ahead, pick out your favorite color and start with that. You know why we pick our favorite color while painting? Because when we are coloring, when we use our favorite color, we feel happy. So I'm going to start by slowly painting my coconut. I'm going to be giving an outline first. of the area that I wish to paint yellow, so that I take care and I don't cross onto other shapes. So I'm going to just carefully first outline it. So as all you smart people have gathered, this portion in my painting is going to be yellow, which is why I've outlined it yellow. And try and keep your strokes moving in one way. What happens is, once the painting is dry, then it looks much neater. Because once the painting is dry, you can see the strokes. I'm not taking too much water. You might be wondering why. That's because my papers have been kept vertical for this online video. Your paper might be horizontal in front of you. What happens if there is a paper vertical and the paint has too much water, it will drip and it will make it look untidy. So for that purpose, I'm using slightly thick paint with less water. I wonder how many of you thought I was going to make the coconut yellow when I started. Even I didn't know that. Well, that's another cool and quick tip I would love to give you and share with you is, while painting, if you've decided, supposing I've decided, okay, I want to do yellow a little bit in the tree trunk of my palm tree. So I've already got yellow on my brush. To just make maximum use of the color, I would just go on and do it. Same, I would outline it and fill it inside. I'm doing it in alternate, so I outline it. Yeah, it's small, so basically when I outline it, it just gets filled up. Right. Now, you need to take care of washing your brush very carefully. And another something that I would like to share is, always check your brush. Once you've washed it, just put out your palm like this in front and put your brush here. So if I was using yellow previously, it's got slight yellow. That means I didn't clean my brush enough. I've just got to give it one more shot. Yeah. So once the brush is clean, if I put it out here, there's no yellow, so I know I'm safe to use it again. Now the color I'm going to go for is red. Remember I told you in the beginning that this is a work of art. Any color you want to do anywhere, you're more than welcome to do. If you want to do the coconut as green, if you want to do this as cream, you're welcome to do it. But I want to do it in different shades, so I'm going to do it differently. The choice is entirely yours. Remember, we outline first. So I'm going to work on this area as a red color. So I'm just going to try and outline it very carefully. There, my outline's done. I must remember to again just keep my strokes in the same direction for neatness. So I'm moving them down this way. And this might be a little wet, so you can see I'm keeping my hand a little away because I don't want my work to smudge. But you might not have that problem because your paper is horizontal. If you've painted something here, you can always flip the paper. Okay, but since I'm showing it to you on a video, it's better if I put it vertical. So that's why. And see, I'm talking, it went a little out. I've got to be a little more careful. you guys do be careful when painting or coloring for that matter. Give it your 100%. This is done. Now I'm not quite sure if I want to use red or where I want to use red again, so I'm going to stop. Not because red is the color of the stoplight at the traffic signal, but I'm going to stop because I need to think. It's always good when you're doing some art to take a slight break of say 2 minutes or 1 second or 2 seconds, whatever. Look at your work and think, which color would go there? Which color would make it stand out? Should I use this or should I use that? You know, it's always good. So now I'm going to go for green for part of the coconut tree, but not the entire bit. So my leaves have been divided by a middle line. So I'm going to have only half the leaves in one color. I outline, and since these are small, when you outline, a certain amount of it might get colored while outlining itself. So I've done this part of so then I come to this part, I outline it. Mind your hands when you're painting, because often it happens when you're painting, the wet paint comes here from this part and it might come onto other parts of your painting. So just be careful and conscious of that, please, while you're painting. Nice. Now for this part. So now you can clearly see my idea is to use 2 colors for the leaves, not just one. But like I've been saying all through the video, this is just an ideation, this is just my visualization, this is just my imagination, this is just my choice. You don't have to stick with it or follow it. It's just to give you a guideline. You can please by all means go for natural colors of things that you work with. So it could be that your tree could be, you could have your main picture in green and brown because that's the color of the coconut tree as well as the coconut. So that works completely, but that's not a problem at all. Okay, and because in art there's something which I believe in and which I follow and I would love to share with my wonderful audience of Cochin, is that nothing is wrong in art. You know, if you think you want to make something peach and you add a little more shade to it and it becomes a different color, it's all right. It's just an experiment which has come out successfully. Maybe you didn't intention it to be like that, but it's fine. So basically, all I'm trying to tell you is in art, there are no mistakes. Now I'm going to go for my favorite color. I don't know why I waited so long to use this. It's pink. And since the straw is very small, it's a little tough to outline it. Sometimes things are tough to outline, you might just need to paint them straight away. I hope that you're enjoying doing this activity along with me. We're going to be doing I'm going to be showing you one more sample of cool summer art inspired by pop art. So if the coconut is not up your alley, you can always come to something else which will be done and shown to you as soon as we finish with this one. Oh, I didn't do the green there. Whatever paints you have, in case you're painting, if you have watercolors, you have poster colors, whatever you have works. I left out that bit of green, so I'm just going to go back and finish it. A good tip is also to hold the brush as closely as you can to this part. What happens is we're able to control the movement, a hand movement and the line movement in smaller areas if we hold it here better, as opposed to if we hold it in the middle of the brush or the end of the brush. So it's always a good idea to hold the brush just like a pencil. There you go. I'm going to add some green here. Okay, now for some pop. So I'm going to start working on my background. When we start doing orange, I'm going to be doing it in a different way. I'm going to be just taking my lines like this. Let there be white space if there is right now, and then I just fill it up. That's another way of painting. So just take the orange. I'm going to do it in alternate ones. Just going to move the brush. Let my hand have some fun. And if there's gap, it's okay. Let it be there for now. It's okay. You can always come back to it. I'm going to come on to this one. I haven't counted, so I don't know. I might have more orange or I might have 2 more oranges at the side of it. That's okay, because art is all about feeling it from inside. It's not, every time it's not about calculating and making it perfect and stressing, oh I didn't get it at that edge. It's just about having fun, being calm, enjoying, just taking it easy. I'm definitely going to finish this one completely, and the second one, so we have a 1 hour time of Facebook Live, so let me see if I can finish both, but I'll definitely finish one, coloring one completely and the other one drawing, so just to give you another idea of another summer element with pop art. So guys, what do you think about my painting? Is it coming along okay? Not too bad, quite good, wonderful, bright, as good as you guys are, huh? What do you say? So like I told you, I hadn't calculated, but there's always a way to fix it, because I know this is going to be orange and This one is quite big, so instead of making the line from here, I can just take it here, and this can become orange also. Hold on a minute. Now when you're working with something like this, a good idea is to just take your brush around for the outline. Yeah, so got this covered like this, and then you can just move your brush. Then you don't have to be so stressed about it coming onto something else. And even if it does by mistake, it's alright. Please don't feel bad about it. It happens to all of us. It happened to me right here, remember in the beginning? It's fine. Okay, so what had happened is when I had done this, it was quite large, and then while painting I realized, oops, it would be better if I had this orange rather than this orange. So I just made a line here, and then this half part can be done with orange. Okay, so not bad. I've come along this far. Now I'm just going to work on these. Right. I'm going to use a nice blue, cool blue. You can mix your colors if you want. You can add blue and green and white, and you can try out some different shades, or you can make a pink, or you can make a gray, or you can just experiment. So like I said, I'm just going to go like this, and carefully, I shouldn't get distracted just because I'm talking to you guys as well as painting. This looks nice. You can come up with your own color combinations and pick and choose what you like. I've got to be careful, get straw. Done. And there's a leaf here. This one is a little tricky, but not that much. Not that much. This is tricky, this is tricky. Gotcha. scoops at the end of it. I want to use that color here as well. And I'll just come to the green and do it here. So there goes. We finished one. We started with the coconut drawing, and then we came to the palm tree, and then we did these diverging rays of the sun, and then we started coloring. This one's done. Now this one was done with paints. I'm going to be showing you another one as well. This drawing I'm going to be doing, again I'm going to be using a marker to draw, just so that you can see it clearly, but the coloring medium this time is going to be different. It's just to show you that you can use whatever you have at home. This one, the element is an ice cream cone. The element of summer, remember we worked on that. Yeah, some scoops of ice cream. And a cherry to go on top. But when we did this, after we finished the drawing, I went to the background sheet. In this one, my background is going to be that of polka dots. So, what I'm going to do, there are two ways to do it. I showed you the picture of the sun in the beginning. So, how did I work upon it? I first drew the sun, and then I drew the polka dots in the background, and then I colored. But this one, there's a different approach. There are two approaches to this. What I can do is, I'm going to color the ice cream, then I'm going to color my background, and then in the background I'm going to give my polka dots. Which is your favorite flavor of ice cream? I like chocolate chip, definitely. But since I'm going to try and make it colorful, I'm going to go for a nice summery mango flavor. I like strawberry crush. I like blackcurrant, not so much. Vanilla with hot chocolate sauce. How many people are having their mouth water, and how many people are going to finish this activity and tell mom and dad, I don't know about painting, but I want an ice cream? That's not bad. That's a lucky treat you get, maybe. So this one, just for the element of color. Again, if you see, I'm trying to move, while coloring, I'm trying to move it in one direction so that the work comes out much neater. And in case you can do that, it'll be great. I can't do anything without my favorite color, pink. It has to feature somewhere or the other. Okay, whether it goes or not, I really don't care, but I like pink. It's got to be there on my work. I've just added 3 scoops, and maybe you could add more on yours, or maybe you could make it an ice cream stick or an ice lolly, or whatever works. These are just to give you ideas and just to give you guidelines. Of course, the red cherry on top. I think my cone can be a nice blue. No, not blue. I'll go for the fluorescent yellow. The earlier ones, my direction of coloring was this. With the cone, I'm going for this direction, so I'm going to have to stick with that direction. Right. Now, for the background, I'm going to pick a nice cool blue. Start coloring my background. You might think that my coloring is not coming out very neat, it's a little untidy, but to tell you the truth, it's a little challenging to work on coloring when the paper is kept vertical. You guys will find it much easier because it's going to be horizontal, it's going to be placed on the table flat, where it's a lot easier to color. So, you're better than me. Well done. Almost, almost, almost. Now, I need to brighten it up. And I'm going to use nice green polka dots but with a twist. So green, green. Easy to make polka dots like this. Once the background is colored, just follow them down. Leave a little space and try to match it. This and it's oh, I can't make the whole thing. There's ice cream's there. This gets covered. Middle line, tricky up until here. Not tricky, easy actually. We didn't have to do all the dots. This gets covered. It's like when you want to when you have to study something and you have that class and maybe in something and just suddenly something comes up and you have to do a PE drill or you have to do a fire drill or something and you just have to go out. It's one of those things, right? Okay, the last line now. No getting away every time. We'll have to make some of them there. Okay, now for the final touch. Like I was telling you, a little twist on this one is just going to outline it with black so that it stands out. What would have happened if I would have outlined it with black and then colored, the black color would have smudged. This case prevents it from smudging and still makes it a little more definite. good idea to look back at your work and say, I know there's no line here, but if I just put a dot here, because there's too much space. So just to make it a little, not look so khali, not look so, yeah, it's done. So, thank you very much for watching the live session of today's cool art, pop art inspired, and using your summer elements. I use a coconut, I use an ice cream, and I would like to thank LuLu Mall for giving me this opportunity to be a part of the Online Readers Fest. And it's such a great initiative in these times. Stay safe, stay happy, be colorful in your clothes, in your choice, in your artwork, and you'll always be happy because color makes everyone happy. Thank you and have a very good evening and a week ahead.